Down the years from the beginning on this show, one of our regular guests is Karen Dolman in California, the person who writes books and experiences many things involving the Ouija board. You, I hesitate to say played with that, but you used a Ouija board quite early on, didn't you?
Yeah, it's funny talking about these things. It sounds like I was doing something every week like this, but these were quite few and far between. But yeah, around the same time, mid-teens, we started messing around with a Ouija board. Quite a bunch of us in someone's room, and we didn't really trust each other at that age, and again that era, we weren't that smart, I suppose, and no one was really sure what happened. But two of us really took a shine to it, and we continued to use it over the following weeks. And it seemed like we really did tap into something. But what that something was, I couldn't say for sure. I think at that time I didn't perceive it as or afterwards didn't perceive it as a positive event. And I could put that down to maybe, again, some fragile egos and not really sure what we were doing. Maybe it was just our own energy that we were bringing to this thing. But it did feel as though something shifted in the room and physically passed through us, which was, again, unexpected. I was thinking at that age that maybe to ask something to come in, that a candle would blow out or the lights would flicker or something like that. But my friend and myself, we both had this sensation of something passing through us, like an energy, which I've since experienced again in the last couple of years, but from from not doing a Ouija board. But yeah, again, something happened, but time would go on, and then I would sort of question if the whole experience was actually genuine.
But, something that can shake you. I remember something that happened to me when I was 24, and I got to know a man who's quite a well-known medium these days, and he took me to a couple of friends of his, and we were sitting there having some coffee, and I think there were maybe a couple of glasses of wine, but we were just sitting talking like you do. And yeah. I've never forgotten that we were on sofas. I think there were two parallel sofas. We were just sitting there, a group of people, and I can remember the temperature dropped at knee height, and there was almost like a mist at that height. And I was convinced at that time that something was happening. Something had been brought on by this group of people. But over the years, I've found it very hard to describe and talk about, but I've never quite forgotten that. So I think it is possible